At the heart of this violent, bloody case is a love story. A very unusual love story. The Ruxton case is different.
Any investigation before the Ruxton case was ancient history. It changed the way that we investigate serious crime.
Beyond Recognition is a new limited series coming to the Small Town Dicks podcast feed on July 19th.
Don't miss it.
I wanted to tell you about our podcast, Drew Blood's Dark Tales, hosted by me, Drew Blood. We're a weekly storytelling podcast where you'll hear hand-picked horror from our favorite authors, accompanied by a full audio production and performed by yours truly. I invite you to search for Drew Blood's Dark Tales on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you do your listening. And subscribe for longer episodes each and every week.
Congratulations. You've reached the Amelia Project. A new life awaits. If you're not serious about this, hang up. If you continue, there's no way back. Leave your message after the beep.
Enter the offices of the Amelia Project and be ready for surprises, twists and turns. Follow the Amelia team as they help their clients fake their deaths and come back with new identities. Each episode is different. Each client coming to the death-faking agency has a unique story to tell. If death and disappearances, comedy and crime, mystery and magic sounds like your cup of cocoa, The Amelia Project is the podcast for you. Search for The Amelia Project wherever you find your podcasts. And remember, leave your message after the beep.
Hey, I'm Brooke. My friends and I perform spooky stories on our podcast 13. 13 is a movie for your ears, with immersive sound design and music from our composer. And we're not reading you the same old ghost stories from Reddit. With original stories from our in-house writers and submissions from up-and-coming authors, 13 will make you smile, break your heart, and have you wishing for a nightlight. Atmospheric, slow burn, always spooky, and sometimes sexy. Our friends are some of the best voice actors and writers in our little corner of the podcast industry. So if you want to find out why those figures in black keep meeting by the water just before dawn, why you should never sleep in a room with an empty chair, or why you hear faint music echoing from the abandoned mall, join us by following 13 wherever you're listening right now. That's 13, the word, not the number, all spelled out. Bridget Howard keeps asking for my teeth. Wherever you get your podcasts.
It strikes her in the gloom so fast she barely has time to scream. She falls into the edge of the lamplight and lies there, bleeding, motionless. The man's skin is scaly, flaking, and there are patches of soot on his cheeks. He's one of them. I turn and run, and I don't look back.
The Road of Shadows. Listen now at theroadofshadows.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Okay, Jack, are we okay to get started?
Absolutely.
Great, thank you. Okay, so just to make clear, this is a police interview in relation to the death of Dr. Andrew Fairfield, the aim of which is to establish accounts from everyone stationed at Bowers Wilson to gain an understanding of the circumstances surrounding his death and to establish the course of his dying. You're not suspected of committing any offence at this time, and as such you are not under arrest, and this interview is not being conducted under police caution. Do you understand all that, Jack?
Totally.
Great. Okay, can we just introduce ourselves through the recording? So, this is DCI Tessa McAllister talking on the phone with
Jack Anderson.
Thanks. How old are you, Jack?
I'm 38.
Great. And for the recording, the time is 3:02 a.m. GMT on 26th of June 2023. Oh, are you right or left-handed, Jack?
Oh, I'm a righty.
Great. Thanks. Okay, so you understand what this chat is about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at this stage, I'm just trying to build a complete picture of what happened with Dr. Fairfield. And so I basically need your help and everybody else's to do that.
Yeah, sure, I got it. This is what you call a hot wash. Done more than my share of them.
Oh, a hot wash?
Oh, after action review, AAR, lessons learned.
Ah, right, yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Jack, can you describe to me what you did that evening?
Evening of the murder?
Yeah, I'm taking that you're convinced it's a murder.
Oh, well, that's a rumor on base, and Drew was killed.
When you say rumor, who exactly is saying that?
I don't know, maybe Johan or Mateo. I mean, I forget, people, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Let's start with your account of that night, if we can.
Sure, yeah. Let's see, I finished work about 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Changed my clothes. Thought I should, make an effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to the canteen.
What, so maybe that's about 6:45 now?
6:45, sure, I reckon. Yep. I went in. It's all the usuals.
Meaning?
Well, I mean, who's going to get there first, right? Be into their first drink.
And who would that be then?
Oh, Anders, Victor, Greg, a few others, Christoph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so what did you do?
Got a beer, sat with the guys, a few more beers. People joined us, people left. Victor wandered off, I think, at one point.
Okay. Where were you sitting during all this?
Oh,
Can you describe that to me?
Yeah, one of the side booths, the ones like a diner. Yeah.
And did you eat anything?
Oh, must have done, let's see, what was it? Shit, I think it was that, some nasty lasagna pasta thing, I think, and there's some, pizza floating around, and maybe something green, Never ask what it is, just green.
Oh, you've got to eat your greens, Jack.
I try.
Who were you with when you were eating?
Let's see, Anders and Greg, I think Christoph was with us then, maybe Mateo, not sure.
Okay. And then after you'd eaten, what happened then?
Well, we just carried on, talking, nothing more than that. I mean, talking and, drinking.
So at this point, are you all still sitting in the same booth then?
Oh, yeah, man. You should see this, man. We rock, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we know how to partay, right? So, hell yeah, we stayed there all night.
Yeah, who exactly stayed there all night?
Oh, let's see, Greg, Anders, Christoph, and me, obviously, but shit, don't ask what we talked about, because,
Well, now you've made me curious, Jack, so what did you talk about?
Uh-oh. Oh, nothing. Come on, I mean, it's just we talk shit, proper men talk, that sort of thing. I can't remember half the crap we talked about, really. Just stuff.
Okay, don't worry, it's not important. It's not important at this stage, anyway.
Yeah, at this stage, okay. Right.
So, Jack, did anyone leave the booth at all?
Sure, yeah, to use the facilities, all of us, one time or another.
Mm-hmm. Anyone leave together at the same time?
Same time? I mean, not that I noticed. That's kind of weird, we're just going to the facilities. I don't need nobody to take me by the hand. Just the usual,
I understand.
Yeah, and if someone went off, left for like an hour or so, that's the kind of thing I'd notice, you know what I mean?
Okay, great. So, how long do you think people were gone when they went then on their own?
Well, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes max. Standard.
Mm-hmm. So, 10 minutes max standard was the time people are away from the booth, right?
Yeah. Unless you talk to Greg, because Greg, he said he's got this idea about Americans and our body functions. I don't know, it's just the usual Canadian crap. Don't listen to him.
Right, and is that just banter, or do you take offense to that?
Oh, no, that's just banter, that's just the usual kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so carrying on from there,
yeah.
What happened after you'd all been sitting there, people going to the toilet? Then what happened?
Yeah, going to the toilet. Let's see, Maria came in, yeah. She's looking for Drew. You probably know that already.
Can you remember when that was exactly?
10:30. Yeah, 11 maybe.
And who else was in the canteen at that time?
I think it's just us by then.
Right, and did any of you go to help her then?
Okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, not good, not good. Well, we just sat there. Just left her to it, really. It just, it really didn't sound that serious, not then. Shit, hindsight's a wonderful thing, right?
So you stayed in the canteen till when? I mean, what time did you go off to bed?
Oh, we didn't. No, we stayed there drinking and talking, and well, until we heard the noise of them coming back.
Yeah, and what exactly did you know at this time, Jack?
Not a lot. Not immediately. Christoph went out into the corridor to see what was going on. He saw Mateo, who was, well, pretty distressed. Said that they had recovered a body, and then he came back and told us.
Did Christoph or Mateo say it was Drew who'd been found?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good question. I think so. Not sure. Yeah. I mean, I reckon Christoph told us then. I'm like 90% sure, or 85%.
But you're not 100% sure?
No, yeah. Well, sorry.
It's okay. Did they say how they'd found him?
Oh, you mean the beacons in the jacket? Sure, yeah, I think so.
So you knew about them being fitted, right?
Oh, of course. You think I'd go out there without? No way, I'm not crazy.
So once
I'm
you
a
were...
lot of things, but I'm not crazy.
No. So listen, once you were alerted to what was happening, then what happened?
Well, we kind of split up. I went back to my room. I think I was, so you can imagine, I was pretty well in shock.
Yeah, understandable. Okay, thanks, Jack. If I can just recap. You finished your work, changed your clothes in your room, I presume. You went to the canteen, you got yourself a beer, joined Anders Sorensen, Greg Fortin, Victor Chabal, and Christoph Schultz. Matteo Lombardi may have joined. You ate pasta, pizza, you think it was. You kept drinking until finally it was you, Anders Sorensen, Greg Fortin, and Christoph Schultz. By the time Maria Flores came in looking for Dr. Fairfield, there was no one else in there. No one left the table for any length of time, and the next thing you all heard was Matteo Lombardi and Johan Gunnarsson in the corridor returning. Would you say that's a fair summary, Jack?
Yep, I would say that is very fair.
Great.
Yeah.
Can I just check one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any kind of altercation with Dr. Fairfield that night?
How do you mean?
I mean, was there any kind of argument, with you or with anybody?
Oh, right. Yeah, I get it. It wasn't just me. It was everybody.
Go on. Be as specific as you can, please.
Well, sure, yeah. It was over the recordings, the secret ones. So yeah. Felipe, everybody had a pop at him, Not Maria, of course, or Sienna, but yeah, Felipe for sure. He's the one who sussed it in the first place. And Victor, Anders, oh hell, I mean, everybody seemed to join in.
And can you explain to me how Dr. Fairfield reacted to that?
Oh, he ran away, Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that now. He left. That's when he went. I'm pretty sure that's when he went. Yeah. Is that what other people said?
No, look, Jack, I'm just interested in what you saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it was over, like, almost before it began.
Listen, all these details, they're part of a picture. At this stage, everything's important. So thanks for that. If I could just ask you, how was your relationship with Dr. Fairfield? In general.
I'd say good. Well, better than good.
Yeah, in spite of you being upset about these secret recordings.
Yeah, well, that's just work. I mean, come on, that's just professional. But before that, the rest of the time, we're good. We're good.
So you had no reason to fall out with him?
Oh, ma'am, the whole recordings thing, I'm sure it wasn't even his idea, was it? That's Keone. Drew said it, as a matter of fact. He said that night. I remember he said it's a Keone decision. Take it up with them. That's what he said. And then he walked out. Then, carried on his fight with Maria.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about that, the fight with Maria?
Well, she wasn't pissed about the recordings, that's for sure. Not that I could see, but she and him were defo having, a major scrap. And when Drew left, she followed him. That's it. She just followed him. They had words by the door, and then he fucked off.
And everybody witnessed this, did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure,
And did you hear what they said?
No, sorry,
That's okay. Can I go back to this disagreement over the recordings for a minute?
Sure.
So, how would you categorise the chat? Was it heated? Would you call it an argument? Did it get physical?
No. It's just a, classic beer argument. Old people letting off steam.
No, nothing more?
That's it, nothing more.
Okay. Right, just one other thing. From your summary, if I can, there was a mention that you went to check the generator that evening.
Yeah, you are exactly right. I'm sorry. Yes, I do that every night. Yep. Again, nothing special.
Yeah, but I imagine it takes a wee bit longer than a trip to the toilet. Is that correct?
Okay, look, I take my work very seriously, all right? So, fail to prepare to fail. So, I have this alarm on my phone, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. And I don't turn it off until I've gone along to the generator room, check the output, check the fuel, give it all a quick once-over, twice a day, every day. You understand?
Mm-hmm. But you didn't mention it when recounting the evening.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just that, come on, it's just so routine, It's like I say, twice a day, every day, 24/7. That's the way it works. 365, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm went off and I went to the generator room. There you go. Checked, signed. Hell, I keep a chart there so you can see it if you want to. It shows I was there. I went there, went straight back to the guys. They've all seen me do it night after night. Oh, yeah, get this. Greg was doing me for being gone longer. Talking about, me taking some Titanic dump. Sorry, not pretty. But I told him I said I was just doing my work, and he laughed and said crapping was my job and maintenance my hobby. I guess that's what passes for humor north of the 49th parallel. Go figure.
All right, banter again, eh? So was this 9 p.m. as per your alarm, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I rarely turn the alarm off till I've done it. I did that once and forgot to go check. Make a mistake once, forgivable. Keep fucking it up and it's on you.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do you think it took you then, the generator check?
15, 20 minutes maybe, there and back. It's opposite end of the building from the canteen.
Right. And did you cross paths with anyone during that time on your way or on your way back?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Thanks, Jack. That's really helpful. So you said earlier that this was a beer argument, right?
Yeah, back to that. Okay.
Yeah, back to that. So were you aware? Had Dr. Fairfield been drinking?
Oh, everyone been drinking. I mean, it's a party.
But some people at the party, they were drunk. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hell yeah. Greg. Oh man, he's always like he thinks the bar's about to run dry. Lines him up. Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Do you say he's got a bit of a drink problem?
Oh, it's not a problem, more of a habit, you might say.
Sure. Anyone else?
Well, okay, maybe me. Just I slowed down later, but when Anders started suggesting shots, there might have been a certain loss of self-control, shall I say.
Okay. There's quite a lot of hard drinking on the basis, isn't there?
Oh, hey, there used to be a whole lot more, The whole world's got less interesting, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, how many winters have you done now, then?
This is my third.
How did you come to apply for this, Jack? I mean, think of it at all.
Oh, that's my knee. Yeah, what the Taliban did for my military career. Yeah, have you heard it?
Sorry, heard it?
Yeah, listen to this. Do you hear that?
No, I'm not hearing anything.
No? Oh, man. Well, take it from me. It clicks.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, you'd hear it if you were here, ma'am, because it cracks like a gunshot.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So you were wounded in the knee. That doesn't sound very good.
Yes, ma'am. That knee's more titanium than human.
So you were invalided out, were you?
Ooh, you know your terminology. Well, that's impressive. Most people these days say medically discharged.
Yeah, well, I served.
Yeah, you served. No shit. Which regiment?
Military police.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, MP. You call them blue caps, right?
No, red.
Red. Okay, my bad.
So you were saying about your knee.
Yeah, my knee. I tried to appeal, but no, I was out, just like that. And then somewhere along the line, someone suggested this gig.
Do you remember who that was?
Oh, it was family. Somebody who worked for Keone.
On the ice or at one of the American bases?
It was my uncle. He worked for Keone.
Oh, so it was your uncle that set it up for you, was it?
Oh, well, no, it doesn't work like that. I applied, I applied on my own merits. Don't think anybody knew.
You don't share a name with your uncle?
No, that's right. Mother's side, Tom Davies. He stopped working for them by then anyway.
Why did he stop? I mean, if it was something he wanted to recommend to you, why did he stop?
Well, he was, they didn't renew his contract, really. They just,
Sounds ominous.
They kind of lost faith in him.
Lost faith?
It was this whole new assessment system, and he just didn't make the grade.
Mm-hmm. Did they tell him why that happened? Why he didn't make the grade?
No. It wasn't, they weren't interested in discussing it with him.
I don't suppose you've got unions down there, no?
Yeah, dream on.
And this whole new assessment system that you mentioned, have you been put through this too, Jack?
Okay, so we're back to the secret recordings, huh?
Oh, you think that's all part of it, do you?
Oh, come on, Keone, it's just how they operate. This is a good base and everything, dude, but they're corporate. They are corporate, and they want it done their way. Okay, it's their way or the highway. And that's just exactly where they sent my uncle.
Is that why you were so vocal about the recordings?
Well, same as Felipe, Scott, Victor. Come on, almost everybody.
Mm-hmm. But how did your uncle respond to his contract not being renewed?
Took it hard. Yeah. Hey, I don't want to be unhelpful, and I'm happy to discuss the base and that night and everything, because I got no secrets. But do we really need to keep talking about my uncle?
The thing is, Jack, it's just the report, this assessment, you called it, into your uncle's performance.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that?
Did I ever see it? I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't think I did.
What, Mr. Davies never showed it to you, did he?
Well, if he did, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was compiled by Dr. Fairfield, Jack.
What?
I said it was compiled by Dr. Fairfield.
Compiled by Dr. Fairfield wrote it? I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, I'm just wondering if you were aware that Dr. Fairfield played a part in the termination of Thomas Davies, your uncle's contract.
He played a part? What part did he... No, I mean, no way. I don't understand. How could I not know that?
From my understanding, Jack, he didn't write it all, but he compiled it and was the principal voice.
Principal? Hey. I just don't understand how I could not know that.
It strikes her in the gloom so fast she barely has time to scream. She falls into the edge of the lamplight and lies there, bleeding, motionless. The man's skin is scaly, flaking, and there are patches of soot on his cheeks. He's one of them. I turn and run, and I don't look back.
The Road of Shadows. Listen now at theroadofshadows.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Do you know if your uncle, Mr. Davies, saw the report?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
And have you seen it?
No. I would have seen his name on it, wouldn't I? Drew's name.
What, so you've never discussed the report with your uncle?
Well, sure, we talked about it. Of course we did. He told me that was where the whole problem was. This crazy-ass report that had come out of nowhere.
Well, and you didn't ask to read it?
You know, maybe I did. You know, I really don't remember. But you got to see, ma'am, that's not the thing, right? It was my uncle that I was focused on. You know, not some piece of paper. We couldn't have done anything about that report anyway. You can't argue with the man, can you? No point in picking it apart. You're not ever going to win. Shit, I learned that myself in the U.S. Army. You know, there's a lot of similarities there with Keone, U.S. Army.
Was that Mr. Davies' attitude as well, that there was just no point in fighting it?
Well, I think he met with a lawyer. He told me, he said, lawyer told him he'd take the case, but Keone would hire 8 white shoe lawyers and 12 New York psychiatrists, and Tom would end up broke as well as unemployable. That dog don't hunt.
Even though he felt he'd been wronged?
Shit, yeah, like that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it's just, this is a head fuck, you know what I mean? This is just like, I just need some time to work this through in my head, if you understand what I'm saying. It's just...
Sure, yeah, of course. Well, maybe I can ask you about something else, or we can take a break, Jack.
No.
What do you feel's best?
No, hang on a second. I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. It's
Great.
You've got a job to do, so go for it.
Thanks. So, you knew Mark Rennick before coming here, I believe, right? Do you want to tell me about that?
Yeah, Rennick. Yeah, we both served in Afghan.
Well, not in the same unit, though.
Well, not in the same army. He's a Brit, but, we were both sent in to repopulate their FOB in Helmand, up from Musakala. Hot, 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 very hot.
You're not talking about the weather there, are you?
No, ma'am. I mean daily mortars. I mean heavy machine gun enfilade most nights. Daily patrols down the wadis. And these guys, they just did not mind dying, not for $10 a day.
And you and Mark Rennick, you did this together, right?
Same wadis, same mud wall compounds, but slightly different times with a small crossover, if you understand. We probably shot at the same people, except I dropped the ones that he missed. Don't tell him I said that.
Did you talk about that, together when you were here? I mean...
Hell no. Nobody talks about you don't want to remember the killing. We're not animals.
Jack, can you tell me, was it ever difficult, considering what you've both been through, him being here too?
No way. No, it's best news when I heard he was going to be on base. Yeah, that's the best.
And did you ever talk to Mark about any of these problems he was facing?
What problems?
You tell me. Was everything okay with him before the breakdown?
Well, as far as I could tell, yeah.
His home life?
We didn't really talk about home much. I guess that's a throwback to our time in the military. Yeah, you just don't often mention home, I try to make people homesick.
Mm-hmm. I'm led to believe that he might have had some financial situations.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Can you tell me about any times before the incident, the breakdown, when Mark might not have behaved normally?
Well, what's normal?
Yeah, true. But, for instance, I'm told there was a time, a poker night, if I'm correct, where things went slightly awry. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a bust-up between him and Sienna. You mean that one? Mm-hmm. Well, looking back, we all reckon it was the first symptom of his thing.
You go on.
Well, not much to say, really. It's just just a bit out of character, that's all.
Can you explain the altercation to me?
Well, it was a while ago. Ma'am, things get heated when you're all in a bubble. That's all. It, really wasn't a thing.
Right. I believe Mark was very keen to continue the game, even after the encounter with Miss Cooper. He insisted he'd won, right? And the pot was his?
That was about face. The guy was proud. He's very proud. And some woman had just body checked him against the wall and told him where to go. He was just looking for something to show it never happened.
Well,
That's all.
You don't feel that the money was important to him then?
Well, $60.
Well, is that how much it was?
Yeah, I'm guesstimating, 50, 70, but not the issue. Not the issue at all.
But you do think maybe that evening was the first sign of his breakdown, so to speak?
Well, looking back, sure. None of us got it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've seen guys under pressure. Serious pressure, you understand? You can't never predict when someone's gonna flip, who's gonna hold it together, and who's gonna blow. I mean, the human mind, man, is a crazy thing, and ain't nobody understands it, ain't nobody can predict it.
But when it happened, what did it feel like? Seeing that happen to your friend.
Oh, man, it was bad. It was bad. It just gets to you. I mean, you deal with it when it's happening, but, when it's happening, he's still out of control, and you're dealing with it, and that's adrenaline. But then you get him quiet, and it gives you your first moment to think. And you see what kind of pain he's been in, and you didn't do anything. That's the worst. That's the worst. Pain in the head, in here, worse, way worse than anything. And trust me, I've had my knee rebuilt 3 times.
How'd that make you feel then? Seeing him like that with that pain.
Made me feel, well, guilt, But then you just can't know. You can't see inside someone's head. I mean, dude, they said my knee was something they didn't know how to fix, and that's just a few bones and muscles. But the human brain, off the scale.
So I'm guessing, is that why you offered to help out, and take him his meals and stuff?
Oh, I only do lunch. Gives me a chance to check in with them.
Do you stay, have a wee chat?
Sometimes I take my lunch, too. We get to sit together.
You must be glad of the company.
Sometimes. I mean, usually. But then, the sedatives, sometimes he just doesn't want to talk.
Sure. What'd you do then if he doesn't want to talk?
Well, you don't rub it in his face. You just leave the food and go.
And how do you... I mean, the room's locked, right? So do you have a key?
Yep, there's a key box with a code, key inside.
So you have the code.
Mm.
Who else has the code?
Luca, Maria, they do the other meals. They must have it. And I suppose Johan, maybe Mateo.
Has anyone else ever asked you for the code?
Oh, they wouldn't. Anyway, Johan gave us, Maria and me, the hard word, seriously hard. Said there's no way, whatever anyone said, there's no way we must give it to anyone for Mark's safety.
Okay, great. So just to clarify, you've never given the code to anyone?
No. Look, as I say, Johan would probably lose his shit if I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks. So, on the day of the party, if I can just bring it back to that for a second, Jack. When was it that you went to Mark Rennick's room?
Lunchtime. Everything as per normal.
And what time is that exactly?
12 noon. Well, 5 past, because I collect from Scott at 12. That's the schedule. Take it straight to Mark. Mm-hmm. Did it again today. Mm-hmm. Do it again tomorrow.
And did you stay with Mark Rennick that day?
He was asleep. I left the food. Scott gives us a cover to put over it, so I just left it for him.
Did you say anything to him?
Not a word.
And what about him to you, no?
Well, he'd have to talk in his sleep, because, he was out of it.
Can I just ask, does anyone take Mr. Rennick out of his room for anything? I mean, for exercise or socialising,
Yeah, I said we oughta. But no, as far as I'm aware, he hasn't been out. It hasn't happened yet.
So he's just holed up in there. But you'd like him to get out, is that what you're saying?
Oh, hell yes, I do. He's not crazy no more. He's, he just needs some company. He'd be safe.
But I'm presuming there's some people who disagree with you there.
I'm sure they do.
Do you name anyone in particular?
Oh, I don't know. Most of the ladies, I should think.
And are you close with the women on the base?
Well, I suppose so, yeah.
Who'd you say you're close to? Maria? Are you friends with Maria?
Yeah, Maria, I'd like to think so.
I'm just asking that because on the night of the party, I believe you mentioned Sienna's relationship with Drew.
You know, stupid. That was just a dickhead thing to do. No excuses. Yeah, I was just trying to throw some more shit at Drew. The recording, it pissed everyone off. And, I was just throwing some shit at him, but it was not cool to bring up Sienna and Drew. Definitely not cool with Maria there. Yeah, that's all me. I own that fuck up.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate your honesty there, Jack. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
So, going on, how's your relationship with Sienna?
Oh, I really like Sienna. Yeah, she's fun, yeah, Sienna. I think maybe in another life, her and me, we might have, I don't know.
No, go on.
Oh, well, see, that's the thing. Well, there was Drew with one ice wife nicely in place, and, he's hitting on Sienna as well.
So you do think Drew and Sienna were involved, right? Wasn't just a rumour?
Well, got no proof, except a whole lot of smoke. But you don't get smoke without fire.
Well, and you felt he was being, what, greedy?
Yeah, that's, you said it, not me, but there are only 5 women on base, for fuck's sake. Whoa, hey, hang on a second there, hold up. Now, ma'am, I was pissed with him for sure, yeah. But there's no way you'd kill a guy for something like that. No, I mean, come on, is that what you're thinking? Because if that's what you're insinuating,
I'm not insinuating anything.
Okay,
Jack.
well,
I didn't mean to.
Okay, it's just that, just to be clear about this, if I get pissed with a guy, we fight it out right in front of everyone. Do you understand?
What, even with your knee?
No, not the point, right? You do it in the open. You don't whack them from behind. You tell everybody, and then you settle it. See? Okay,
well, it's kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. What you see is what you get.
Noted. Okay, Jack, just one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking everyone for their phones. It's just to download the data.
To download the data?
Yeah. You just give it to Luca Cletzi and he'll do it for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, will do. Does it matter when,
ASAP. I mean, as soon as possible, please. It won't take long.
Okay, sure. Will do.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, anything else I can, do to help out?
No, you've been really helpful. Thanks, Jack. I think that's everything for now.
Okay.
I'm going to end the interview here, and unless, of course, there's anything else you want to ask or bring up.
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Great. Thanks, Jack. All right. For the recording, the time is 03:34 GMT on 26th of June, 2023.
Get all the files now. Sign up at coldtapes.com and go ad-free.
It strikes her in the gloom so fast she barely has time to scream. She falls into the edge of the lamplight and lies there, bleeding, motionless. The man's skin is scaly, flaking, and there are patches of soot on his cheeks. He's one of them. I turn and run, and I don't look back.
The Road of Shadows. Listen now at theroadofshadows.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.